Let me just tell you about my DJI Carafresh experience, but before that, I just want to show you something because I've never seen something like this in my life ever before, and I think it is pretty crazy and interesting. And just to tell you, the bird stood there for the whole night in the thunderstorm, and I still can't really believe it. A storm is coming, and then I suddenly saw this bird just standing on the housetop while the lightnings are flashing and the rain is just starting, so it's pretty crazy. Now let me tell you about my DJI Carafresh experience, because I crashed my drone and I had to deal with all of that, and now I know how it works, so I want to share that with you. When I first bought this drone, I thought the DJI Carafresh was totally unnecessary and just a waste of money, and that I would probably never ever use it. But I bought this drone second hand, and luckily the first owner of the drone who had bought the drone got DJI Carafresh, so the drone had it. And when I actually had to use it because I crashed my drone, I was so lucky that I had it, because paying the full price of a new drone compared to the little replacement fee you have to pay for the DJI service is just so much worse. Now let me actually tell you how I crashed my drone. So I wanted to land my drone in front of this building on a nice and even ground, so I pushed the stick forwards to fly it towards the building, and when I looked back up, I saw the drone almost in front of the wall of the building, so I immediately pulled back the stick, but that was already too late and the drone just drifted into the wall and the camera broke. Here's a photo of that, and that really sucked and I didn't know what to do. But then I remembered I had DJI Carafresh, so I was really relieved. And first I wasn't sure whether the DJI Carafresh was bound to the drone or to the owner, so I called DJI and they told me that it was bound to the drone, which means that even if you buy a drone second hand, you get to use DJI Carafresh if the first owner bought it, so that's pretty cool, and it's nice that it's bound to the drone and not to the owner. The first thing in the process you have to do is send in an application to DJI where you tell them the reason you crashed the drone, so whether it was a pilot error or a malfunction of the drone. In my case it was a pilot error because I pushed the stick forwards too long and the drone drifted into the wall because of that, so that was my fault. But the cool thing is that DJI covers both cases. The only condition is that you have to have the drone, which means that if you crash your drone into the ocean or it drifts away with the wind and you can't retrieve it and can't find it, then you can't show DJI that you actually have a drone, so you can't actually use DJI Carafresh. Then you also have to fill in a few other things, for instance what is damaged on the drone and your address and stuff like that. And if you have successfully applied for DJI Carafresh, then you get to send in your drone, and usually they pay for shipping, which is really nice. Very important, take out your SD card out of the drone, because otherwise your footage on the SD card and the SD card will probably be lost, and that just really sucks. And also take out the battery of the drone, because unless it is damaged, you also shouldn't send it in. When the drone arrives at DJI, then they look at it, and then you can choose to either pay the replacement fee, which is 40 or 50 bucks I think, and in Europe here it is 40 euro and 50 euro, so that's pretty good I think. Or you can choose to pay for the repair, but usually that is just much more, so it's much more convenient to pay for the replacement fee, and that's also what I did. The whole process took about 10 days, and I'm really happy with that. But for somebody who uses their drone every day to make money and to get the food on their table, that might be quite a long time, so that totally depends on your needs. I was happy with that, but as I said, it totally depends on how you use the drone, whether you're a hobbyist or you use it to make money. Here's a clip of when the drone came back from DJI. Overall, I can say I'm really happy with the DJI Carafresh service, and I got a brand new drone back and it works totally fine and it flies great, and I get some amazing footage out of it. So I can only recommend this DJI Carry First service to anyone who buys a DJI drone, and it's just so much better to pay the little replacement fee in the DJI Carry First service when you buy the drone instead of paying the full price of a new drone, because that's just so much worse. If you enjoyed this video, then well, you know what to do, and I'll see you soon. Bye!